In this lecture, we will be studying about particle in a one-dimensional potential box. This is lecture 9 of unit 1 quantum mechanics. So what is this particle in a one-dimension box? If one-dimensional motion of a particle is assumed to take place with zero potential energy over a fixed distance, and if the potential energy is assumed to become infinite at the extremities of the distance, it is described as particle in a one-dimensional box. And this is the simplest example of all motions in a bound state. The diagram over here shows you particle in a box. The width of the box is taken as A. We assume that the potential in the box is constant and equal to 0. In the box means in the range x is greater than 0 but less than A. Also, we assume that on the walls and outside, that is in the range, x is equal to 0 and x is less than 0, or x is equal to A and x is greater than A, the potential is infinite. So the potential is infinite, the particle does not exist over there. So according to our assumption, the particle is existing inside the box. Schrodinger's wave equation will be applied to study the motion of particle in a one-dimensional box to show how quantum numbers, discrete values of energy and zero-point energy arise. This box can be represented by a potential well of a width A. The potential is assumed to be constant and equal to 0 in the box. On the walls and outside, the potential is infinite. So we arrive at two boundary conditions, we can say. The potential is 0 when x is greater than 0 but less than A. In this region, the particle exists. So psi of x is the probability of finding the particle, which is equal to 1. That is, the particle is existing. Second boundary condition is the potential is infinite when x is less than or equal to 0 and x is greater than or equal to A. And in this region also, the wave function is equal to 0. What is the wave function? Psi of x is the probability of finding the particle. Now, Schrodinger's wave equation for the particle in the potential well can be written as d square psi by dx square plus 8 pi square m by h square E minus v psi is equal to 0. When we apply this to the particle in the box, the potential V is equal to 0. So what does Schrodinger equation become? It is d square psi by dx square plus 8 pi square m by h square E psi is equal to 0. Or in a simpler form, we write it as d square psi by dx square plus k square psi is equal to 0, where k square is equal to 8 pi square m by h square into E. We take this as an equation number 5 and k is the propagation vector. The general solution of the equation 4 is taken as psi of x is equal to a sin kx plus b cos kx. But we know at x is equal to 0, the psi of x value is equal to 0. Why is it so? At this particular point, the potential is infinite and the particle cannot exist over there. Substitute these values in equation number 6. We arrive at 0 is equal to a sin 0 plus b cos 0. We know that sin 0 is equal to 0, cos 0 degrees is equal to 1. So we arrive at b is equal to 0. Now at x is equal to a, once again the wave function is 0. Why? Once again at x is equal to a, the potential is infinite and the particle cannot exist over there. If the particle does not exist over there, psi of x is equal to 0. Substituting these two values in equation number 6, we get 0 is equal to a sin ka plus b. B is already equal to 0. So we put it as 0 over here. So this implies a is equal to 0 or sin ka is equal to 0. If we take a is equal to 0, there is no solution. Hence sin ka is equal to 0. Or from this we get Ka is equal to n pi, or K is equal to n pi by A, where n can take the values 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. And remember, n is not equal to 0, because if n is equal to 0, K is equal to 0, that implies E is equal to 0 everywhere inside the box, and the moving particle cannot have 0 energy. Substituting the value of K in equation 5, we get an expression for energy. E is equal to n square h square by 8m a square, or En is equal to n square h square by 8m a square. So this is the discrete energy values. We can substitute the various values of n. N is equal to 1 or n is equal to 2, so on and so forth. When you substitute n is equal to 1, we get E1, which is equal to h square by 8m a square. This is the lowest energy or ground state energy or 0 point energy of the system. The wave function psi of n corresponding to En are called eigenfunctions of the particle. The integer n corresponding to the energy En is called the quantum number of the energy level En. Now, substitute the value of B is equal to 0 and K is equal to n pi by A in the equation 6. What is this equation 6? Psi of x is equal to A sin kx plus B cos kx. So B has become equal to 0 and K is n pi by A. From here we get an expression for the wave function, which is equal to A sin n pi x by A. According to normalization condition, the total probability that the particle is somewhere in the box must be unity. So we write it as integration of 0 to A. Lower limit is 0, upper limit is A. This is the width of the box. Mod psi the whole square dx is equal to 1. So substitute the value of the wave function and we will integrate it. What is the wave function? It becomes mod psi the whole square is A square sine square n pi x by A dx is equal to 1. Okay. On integration, as the steps are there on the screen, you can go through it one by one. We get A square by 2 is equal to small a, or capital A is equal to under root 2 by A. The normalized wave function is equal to under root 2 by A sine n pi x by A. So in this derivation, we have seen energy is quantized and got an expression for the energy and also got the wave function. This diagram over here, on the x-axis you have the width, along the y-axis we can take the wave function or mod psi the whole square. When you study at mod psi the whole square, we can see that there is, when n is equal to 1, we get even value of energy and we have got an antinode at the center. So that is the likely position of finding the particle. At n is equal to 2, we get E2 value of energy, and there are two antinodes, that are the two positions where we can find the particle. Likewise, at n is equal to 3, we get E3. There are three likely positions where we can find the particle. So what does this indicate? As the value of energy increases, okay, there are various positions at which we can find the particle. So what is the importance of the Schrodinger's equation? From Schrodinger's equation, we can find out the energy of the particles and also the likely positions of these particles. What are the particles we have spoken of? It is a free particle.